Wow, look at the frost on the roof. It's cold this morning.
When we were in high school, I called Stephen my Prince Charming, and he called me his sunshine. He was strong, he was confident. I always knew that when I was with him, I had nothing to fear.
Now that we're older and we're retired, we're slowing down a little bit. One of the things Terri had always wanted was chickens. Don't ask me why, but she loves chickens.
Good morning, girls.
So I built her a chicken coop and chicken pens, and now she'll go out and sit on a milk crate and feed them buttered popcorn.
There you go.
Steve has always been an extremely healthy person. It would make me so mad because when he would go to the doctor, his blood work was always perfect. And I was the one that was active and, exercising, but he's been very blessed to have perfect health.
I grew up on a farm in South Carolina. We always had to split wood, we had to milk cows, we had to do things, so I was always a very physical person. But at an early age, I learned how to weld, I learned the electrical trade, I learned the plumbing trade. And I've been in the construction industry the majority of my life. I always felt like I was 10 feet tall and bulletproof.
In June, we were walking down the aisles and he had to stop and he could breathe, but he wasn't getting oxygen.
I went to urgent care, and so they did some checks and they said, oh, you've got bronchitis again, so here's a regimen of steroids to be on. Well, it turned out not to be bronchitis. The shortness of breath got worse. One day I had taken Terri to lunch. We were in Greenville, South Carolina. I got out of the car, I walked about 20 steps. My heart started racing. I couldn't get my breath. And I could feel it beating. It felt like hundreds of beats a minute. It was just going. But yet I couldn't get my breath. I was feeling pretty bad, and within minutes, I was just about to pass out.
I know what death looks like. I've seen it so many times in my life. And I saw death. And he was getting paler and paler, and he was starting to kind of tilt to the side.
It was like a picture tube. It went from full view, and it got smaller until it was like I was looking through a straw. I knew I was going down, and she held me, and she said, Steve, don't leave me. So I fought it hard, and all of a sudden, the picture started coming back. I've never been through anything like that before.
He finally got his consciousness back, and I said, we've got to go to the hospital right now.
So when Steve came in, they found that he had a very large pulmonary embolus, a large clot burden that was in his lungs, and it's life-threatening. So it was important that we get Steve to the cath lab as soon as we could. When we treat pulmonary embolisms, we like to treat them like someone coming in with a heart attack, frankly. It's a big deal. We generally use a product called FlowTriever. Steve was lightly sedated. We got access in his groin using ultrasound and a very small needle to which we upsized to a large wire. We were able to start in one lung and then the next lung, clear them all out. So by the end of the case, he was off oxygen, his heart rate had improved, his blood pressure had improved, and he was feeling better.
After the procedure, he said, not many people survive with that massive amount of blood clots. I said, well, I'm a tough guy. It wasn't my time. The Lord has something else planned for me.
The procedure that morning went very well, but our workup also revealed that he still had a very large clot in his leg left. We call those DVTs, deep vein thrombosis. So an acute DVT, when we're treating it and put the basket up and bring it back down, it usually cleans it all out and it's red jelly material. But then you find in many DVTs that there is chronic wall-adherent thrombus that isn't going to come out quite so easily. And luckily, we have a new tool, VenaCore, that's able to change in size and physically engage and interact with this wall-adherent clot and disrupt it, and that we can pull that thrombus out. And that's what VenaCore has allowed us to do better than anything else currently.
So I had the two procedures within probably 24 hours of each other. After it was over with, I was just filled with a sense of gratitude that I was at a facility that had this procedure and this person who was well qualified in the procedure, because if I'd gone somewhere else, I don't think I'd be here today. So it's been 6 months since my procedure, and I'm back to where I was prior to having this issue.
Time is precious. and we don't ever want to take one moment of it for granted.
We really try to celebrate family and life and the love that we have for each other. You know, life is a precious thing.
I'm grateful for every minute that I get, and, you know, our love is growing. It's not stopped growing. It's still got places to go, and I can't wait to see how deep our love can truly get.
We can't get enough time together. There'll never be enough time. So, that's all I got to say about that. Thank you. Keep for putting up with me.
You put up with me and I love you.